In this tutorial in Cyberlink PowerDirector, we'd like to show you how you can take a video clip that's been burned to a DVD disc and while you're in PowerDirector, bring it directly into the program, into your media room for use in your current project or a future one. We had a tutorial we showed you a couple of years back on the same topic, but the feedback suggests that it was not clear at all, so this is a refresh of that particular tutorial. And we will not be using this with any copyrighted material. We believe that's an infringement. And any of the copyrighted DVDs you may have in your possession are probably already locked down so that using this process will not successfully work anyway. So we have a clip on track number 1, and I'm going to play it. There's this gal, and let's assume that I have the next clip I want to use on a DVD disc. How do I get it off? The process is not intuitive. When I look at all the drop-down menus that I have here that I could use, there's nothing that suggests I could do that. When I click on the import button, there's nothing that suggests I can do that. The unusual way you get into this project to make it work, to import that file, is you click on the record button at the very top in PowerDirector 365. So I'm going to do that. And now I have 3 options: record from webcam, record voiceover, or PC screen. Now again, it seems like none of these would really work. But believe it or not, the way you start is click on record from webcam. So let me do that, and that will get the process started. Now when I do that, it identifies my webcam, which is pointed across the room, and it allows me to see that indeed it does work. Now any device that works will be a lighter color. Everything that it doesn't recognize that has media on it that I could use is going to be grayed out. So we're not going to use a webcam, but we're going to use the 4th icon from the left. When I hover over it, it says capture from an external or optical device. Now that word optical might be a little bit of a surprise to you, but actually the device that reads your DVD disc is optical. It uses a laser, and that's the one you want. So if there is media in that, it will try to load it. Now, I found the easiest way to do this is make sure the media is loaded, that my operating system recognizes it before I attempt to do this. It just saves a lot of time and hassle. So I'm going to click on that icon to capture from an optical device, and PowerDirector will attempt to read the media on that DVD disc. Now it starts out black in this case because my first frames are black, but I can actually play the media if I want to. And there we have it. And I can move anywhere I want to in here and do any kind of preview. I can play the entire thing or part of it to make sure it's the clip I want. Now in this case, I only have 1 title and 1 chapter. If you have multiple videos on the same DVD disc, you'll have a whole host in the lower left corner. And in that case, you click on the parts that you want to keep. So I'm just going to click on the only one I have. If I had several, I could click on, say, the first one, the 3rd one, the 8th one, whatever. It doesn't matter. Below that, it tells me the kind of disc I have, the format, and the disc size. It will also give me information on titles. Right now, all I have is title 1 highlighted. If I want to copy it onto my system and extract it from the DVD disc so I can use it, I can either click on the record button or the capture button. If I click on the capture button, it tells me how many titles and chapters and files I'm capturing or really transferring. Again, the language is not intuitive. And then whenever I'm done, all I need to do when I've selected whatever one or multiple ones I want is I click on the red record button, of which again isn't intuitive. And when I click on that, it will extract. So think of record with this device basically as your extraction tool. And it's reading that particular clip and it's extracting it. It doesn't take too long at all. Then it will save it wherever this place you have set for your destination. And if you want to change the folder before you do this operation, you click on the button here and you can save it elsewhere in your file system. So it wants a name for this. I'll just call this test 3, press OK. And now it saves it, and it shows the content here. I can click on it, and that will give me a pop-up viewer window where I can go through it any way I want to. And it shows that it's saved. Now when I'm all done and I have the video there, all I do is click the X in the upper right hand corner to close this import window completely. And I find that it's here, it's in my media room, and I can take it and drag it to the timeline and do anything I want to with it, like I would any other video that I have from any other source. So that's the unexpected but relatively simple process of pulling in those kinds of video clips into your project and onto your hard drive for use in Cyberlink PowerDirector.